So you want to buy a suppressor. Okay, hello and welcome to the Stinger Workshop. My name is Rick Barrett, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the steps you need to go through in order to acquire a suppressor. Before we get started, I want to thank surefire.com. That is the website where we got this information from. Surefire is a company that makes suppressors, so they're going to have access to the most accurate information. Let's get one thing straight right off the top. A suppressor is not a silencer. It does not make your gun silent. I know we've seen spy movies where the guy screws on the suppressor and then all of a sudden the gun goes ping, ping, ping. Yeah, that doesn't happen in real life. It is a suppressor because it suppresses noise. In fact, the entire job of the suppressor is to combat what they call noise-induced hearing loss, or NIHL. One could actually argue that a suppressor is nothing more than a safety tool. Unfortunately, movies and TV have given this impression that the silencer is the ultimate weapon of the assassin, when in reality, all it's there for is to make sure you don't lose your hearing. Let's take a look at the legal situation that surrounds suppressors in the 50 United States. Only 8 out of the 50 states forbid private citizens from possessing a suppressor. These are California, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, and Rhode Island. I'm pretty sure you're not shocked with that list. I wasn't. Let's say you're lucky enough to live in one of the other 42 states that does not prohibit your possession of a suppressor. What are the steps you have to go through in order to acquire one? Now, while the process of buying and registering a suppressor is not particularly difficult, it is very time consuming. It can take up to anywhere between 5 to 14 months. Let's take a look at the process you would have to go through in order to possess a suppressor. Now, to begin with, you'll need to be within the scope of your local law regarding firearm possession in order to legally own a suppressor. In addition, you'll need to be at least 21 years old and a legal resident of a state that permits the use of suppressors. To purchase a suppressor, you must first pass an ATF background check and pay $200 for a federal tax stamp that must remain with the suppressor at all times. You'll remember we talked about federal tax stamps when we covered short-barreled rifles. In order to do all that, you have to find a dealer who is authorized to sell Class 3 firearms. The dealer will help you fill out an ATF Form 4, which you must submit in duplicate for processing, and provide instructions on how to submit an FBI fingerprint hard card. This is form number FD258, and 2 passport-size photos. Last but not least, you're going to have to send a copy of your Form 4 to your local chief law enforcement officer. This is to let them know that you plan to purchase a suppressor. In fact, the American Suppressor Association suggests making your state's attorney general the recipient of your CLEO notification. There are only 50 attorney generals in the country, so it's simple to find out who to address your Form 4 to. However, this warning should not be sent in advance. It should be sent to ATF alongside the Form 4. Legally, there are 3 ways you can register your suppressor. You can register it to yourself as an individual, you can form a legal trust and register it to the trust, or form a corporation and then register the suppressor to the corporation. While the third option is great for people who are already part of corporations, if you're an individual, the entire process of trying to set up a corporation just to register a suppressor may be a little bit out of scale for what your needs are. A lot of people tend to go with the second option, which is forming a trust, and there are plenty of attorneys out there that can help you through the process. Finally, your dealer will be able to transfer the suppressor to you once ATF receives your form, processes that $200 fee, and approves your Form 4. In order to keep yourself out of legal trouble, it is imperative that you keep that paperwork that ATF sent you with the device at all times. The last thing you want is local law enforcement to take it away from you after you've put in all that effort. And that's it for this video. Coming to you from the Stinger Workshop, my name is Rick Barrett. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you again soon.